Okay, everybody, and welcome to my live. My name is Brian Bacchus. I represent Brian Bacchus Brands and StyleClick Media. And today we are going to be talking about how you can create better engagement for your social media pages. Since I'm on Instagram, I'm actually going live to Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at the moment. So if you see me here, or if you follow any of my other pages, you'll see me on those as well, doing the exact same thing. Basically, what I want to do today is talk to you guys about what I'm doing now, going live to get your brand, product, or service out there. I don't know if you can hear me, so if you do, come in on the live chat, say some messages. I can actually see everything here, do everything. So, and I just saw somebody from Twitch just joined. Lurks, what's up, Lurks? How you doing? I'm just trying to give people ways to win on social media by utilizing specific apps that you can actually download for free that will allow you to create great engagement for your pages. We're the type of company that we eat our own dog food, meaning that everything that we use is what we offer to you. We wouldn't go and tell you to go use something that we don't use. So I'm going to be talking to you about a lot of free apps, a lot of apps that you can buy for lifetime, or you can actually pay a yearly fee on that's not that expensive, as well as different helper apps to help you to broaden your engagement. So the first app I'm going to talk to you about is InShot. And the reason why I love InShot is because if you go to any of my posts on my pages, you'll see that there are a lot of frames around my videos, because I use the framing to be able to brand the business, bring awareness to the whatever it is we're trying to push. If we're doing emails, if we're introducing a new app, if we're introducing a new client and their services, I usually create a branding frame around that, and for that I use Spark by Adobe. Now, the reason why I love Spark by Adobe is because it's $10 a month. But the cool thing about it is they give you ideas on how you can win on your social media. If you are a newbie and you have never ever created content, this is the platform for you, because it gives you all kinds of ideas on how to do things. The only thing that you really have to do is change the pictures and the text. Hell, you could keep the pictures and change the text according to what you want to use it for. So, by all means, please check it out, because if you ever got into a rut where you can't figure out how you're going to portray a particular post, or if you got an idea about something, but you just don't have the right way to promote it, the Spark platform is the one for you. Why? Because it gives you ideas. Not only that, but you can resize them for every different format that's out there. For instance, if I wanted to push the same ad or post all across, I can create the specific platform for that particular one. So if you notice that when you post something on YouTube versus posting it on Instagram versus posting it on Facebook, it doesn't look the same. Some of the platforms have different formatting. Some of the platforms have specific things that they want you to actually use. So you have to comply with that, or else you'll get, your post will be, here's your words are out here, but your post is cut off so you don't see it. I see a lot of people, especially when they're uploading to Instagram, they don't use the crop feature. And if you have wording and stuff like that, that looks so unprofessional. Yes, I know what you're trying to accomplish is to get your video to look closer so it won't be so far away. But if that's the case, then you shouldn't use any type of text in there at all. That way it focuses on the video and the images, and not necessarily trying to read a word that it was cut off. So that's number one. Number two, what I love about Spark is that you can create a video post. It will format to whatever platform you want. You can make it as long or short as you want. I wish I was able to share the screen right now, because if I would, then I'd be able to show you a few things on here that would allow you to see for yourself. So I can't right now, but in the future I will be able to. Just wanted you to note that was coming, as well as some other things that we got coming down the pipeline. Another thing I wanted to talk to everybody about is a lot of times you don't have a place to actually do your live from. Sometimes you got to set up, and that's a given. In fact, I'm gonna show you what my thing looks like right now. Let me take this off of here. I'm gonna turn this around. So this is what it looks like where I'm at right now. I got my camera in my hand. I got my light up there. I got the camera showing you what I'm looking at and all of that. So that's pretty much how I got this set up. Let's just get it back over where you can see me. There we go. But you pretty much, only thing you need is really electricity and internet. Right now I'm posted up at a community center right now, and just utilizing one of the conference rooms. But I'm very happy to announce that later on today I'll have a meeting with a young woman who owns a building, and we're getting ready to turn into a social media studio. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be providing an arena where you can actually film your shows and your stuff. We're going to create a green screen, white screen environment, so where you can stand up and do whatever, put your stuff in at the end, or however you want to do it. But we just want to be able to provide a way for you to create your content and not have to worry about, I need this camera, I need this. We're going to have all of that there. And it's going to be an hourly rate, so that if you need to come in and film your show at 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll be able to do that. If you want to do it at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll be able to do that. And the reason why we want to be able to provide this for you is because we know how hard it is and the struggle to find the proper location, to get the proper backgrounds, to be able to create your show with the green screen in back of it, things like that. So we're just basically here to show you what we can do for you. I mean, that's what our whole motto is: let us show you. So I'm going to come back on here probably around 4 or 5 o'clock tonight to discuss the various aspects of what the studio is going to entail, as well as how you can get started right now doing your live shows without a studio. I mean, I do a lot of filming at different locations. I'll go to the beach, I'll go to the mountains, and I'll capture about 15-20 minutes of just footage. No sound needed. Just I want to get the various backgrounds. Sometimes I'll set the camera up and I'll just leave it and let it just time lapse. Sometimes I'll have it pan across. But the whole thing is this B-roll helps me out when I'm going green screen and doing my shows without necessarily having the proper area. So like, say for instance, if I wanted to show that I was at the beach but I couldn't get to the beach, I just put my green screen up behind me. That's all you would see. And then when I would video the show or film the show, and before I sent it up and uploaded it, I would, edit it and put the beach behind me and whatnot. And I have a few examples on there that I can show you that will actually give you some ideas on how you can do things. So, yeah, I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm just basically trying to get to the aspect of doing this. I'm testing and checking it out, looking at it on my different various platforms. So, once again, this is Brian Bacchus Brands, and I need you to follow me on YouTube. Go to YouTube and just type in Brian Bacchus, B-A-C-C-U-S, and you'll be able to see my YouTube pages as well as all of my other wares. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Live Me, Up Live, everything that you can think of, I'm on it. We're on it. StyleClick Media as a whole is on. So if you just came on, hey DL, just saw you popped in. I'm going live from Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Yeah, it looks like I'm on TMZ News Office. I have people walking in the background. Yeah, I like that because it gives you a realness of, you're actually somewhere doing something live instead of just looking stoic and with the wall. I mean, I could have put the wall behind me, but why do it? So, but I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. And actually, you can tell I'm filming because you can see my shadow behind me. If I put my hands up, you can see my hand waving in the background. But DL, this is what I was talking to you about. This is the platform I want to turn you on to so that you can get your stuff spread out as well, because the only way your message is going to be reached if you're on all these platforms. I always tell everybody, your audience is where you aren't. So if you're not on these platforms, you're not reaching potential people that could be benefiting from your expertise or motivation or mentorship or brand, product, or service. So you really need to get with me, not just DL, but everybody else. Get with StyleClick Media. This is what we do. We do cutting edge discoveries to help you win with your brand, product, or service in the world of social media marketing. That's what we do. So yeah, thanks, bro. I can't tell what it looks like yet because I won't be able to see it until after it's over. But also, can you hear the music? I had it up a little bit. Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit. I got this little chill hop music in the background that is like royalty free on YouTube. It's the type of vibe that I like. It's soothing music. It helps you concentrate, gets you in a better mood. And that's why it's called chill hop, because it's kind of chilling, but hip hop vibe, something similar. But I like easy listening. And also what's beautiful about this setup is I can actually go live with somebody sitting right here. Like, so I can turn this camera over. So if I had somebody sitting right there, I can actually go live with them. So yeah, so I'm going to start having guests on my little live shows, where they're actually right there with me, and just pretty much do what I do what we do. I'm going to probably even bring Jamal in and let him talk about nut milk. That's another whole joke. It's nothing bad. It's just that it's a skit we came up with. It's so funny. But yeah, thanks everybody for participating. I just come on here to give you little tidbits. I got a 2-minute drill that I do where you can, post stuff on your social media when you already have it prepped in 2 minutes. I mean, a lot of us struggle with posting on social media. You're trying to come up with, you came up with this great video that you did. Now you got to come up with some copy to put behind it. Now you got to come up with the framing. Now you got to come up with the call to action, because we should never post anything unless we're trying to give something away. So in order for us to gain a following, to gain a presence, to get engagement, you have to give away value. So when I'm on LinkedIn, I teach people how to post, because LinkedIn is more so of the business-to-business type atmosphere, whereas Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are more like breaking news, awareness, and just social chat. So the social chat right there, enough right there is to basically get you to go from this platform to the other. That's why I always tell people there are 250 social media platforms. StyleClick Media uses about 37 to 45 of them. The average person probably uses less than 10. And they don't even know about the other ones. I mean, there's so many platforms that you can get on that you can get great engagement that you don't even know exist. And that's why we're here, to bring you the information that you need to win, because they're taking away a lot of stuff. Do you know that as of yesterday, Instagram has taken away the follow tab, so you can't see what your followers are doing? It's mostly to kill the relationship breaker mode that, say you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they go to your page. Now they can see who you liked, what you were following, what you did. And you know what? If I want to look at some big booty pics and hit a like, it shouldn't affect my relationship. If I want to click on something that I'm trying to get some ideas for to like, it shouldn't really affect my competition or what I'm trying to do with my company or brand or whatever. So, the whole point is the social media horizon is changing consistently. I mean, every platform across the board. YouTube did an overhaul this at the beginning of the year and killed half of the presence that most of the YouTubers were money they were making. Their engagement went down because guess why they did that? So they can push YouTube TV, YouTube music, YouTube streaming. And let me tell you another thing that's getting ready to go sky high if you don't get grandfathered in now. Your internet service. Because guess what everybody is doing now? And I'm going to give you NBC, CBS, Bravo, FX, MTV, Hulu, Netflix. What do they all have in common? Millennials and cell phones. Everybody now has a streaming service. Everybody 40 and up does something different. 40 and up people, they read newspapers. That's not even current news. That news came out at 4 in the morning. Could have changed an hour later, but the newspaper's been printed. Magazines, when you go to the doctor's office, that's old news because you could have seen somebody just get married, and by the time you look at that magazine, and it could have been only out a week, that person's filing for a divorce. That's why social media outweighs majority of the local media companies because of the fact that they don't have what social media has, and that is instantaneousness. If you want it now, Twitter's giving it to you now. Facebook is giving it to you throughout the day. Instagram is giving it to you whenever you see your people follow or post their stuff and follow. The whole thing is, the whole horizon is changing. And if you don't know the policies and if you don't know the procedures and you don't know that they've taken away certain features, it could affect your reach and your engagement. So what you need to do is follow us. We drop knowledge. We give it away for free. If you're not following us, I'm going to just say you have to be kind of like not liking money or not liking efficiency or not liking social media. Because if you're 40 and up, listen to me. If you're 35 and under, you're already doing most of the stuff that I'm talking about. In fact, half the ideas I get are coming from the millennials. Think about it. They grew up in this era. This is their stuff. This is their technology. They were born with an iPad in their hand. They were born with a phone in their hand. I used to put my son on technological timeouts because there was nothing else I could do to get through to him otherwise, any other way to take away his technology. Oh, God, he had a heart attack. But that was the only way to get him to focus on things. And, we have a lot of people who have children, their kids, are doing stuff that they don't need. In fact, I'm going to give you a prime example. In 2005, I came into my office at my house and I saw my son was on MySpace. And I'm like, I never heard of it. I'm like, what's this? And he tries to be sarcastic and say the byline, oh, that it's a place for friends. I'm like, okay, well, guess what? It's social media. I don't know nothing about it. So guess what? I'm going to become your friend. And I'm going to jump on this platform and I'm going to see what it's about. Well, guess what I did after I jumped on the platform? I ended up going looking for my friends. I didn't even pay attention to what my son was doing. And that's the problem with social media is that when we got children and we're caught up on our own social media, who's to say what they are being introduced to on social media? Say you are the most strictest, God-fearing, church-going family person ever and you don't give your kid a phone. You think they're not going to see what's on social media? You're wrong, because guess what? You don't control what they do at school, and you got that friend. They're going to have that friend that has a phone that's going to show them all the booty pics, all the most disgusting, vulgar stuff. And when they come home, now their minds are getting twisted. And if you don't have a good relationship with your kids enough to allow them to tell you things without getting upset, then you're going to fail as a parent because you can't beat social media. You're not going to win against social media. It's everywhere. It's all knowing. It's all places. Bums have cell phones now. So it's not like we're not all attached. This reminds me when I grew up. I grew up as a very religious person. And there was a scripture in the Bible about the Tower of Babel and how all these people wanted to get together and build this tower up to the heavens because they wanted to touch God. Well, according to the scripture, God didn't like that because you're trying to reach me and I'm already in you. So at the same time, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to confuse all the languages. So now none of you will be able to communicate with each other. So you won't be able to finish this project. So what ended up happening is when the language got confused, according to the scripture, the people that could understand each other got together in groups and they went their separate ways. And that's how the Tower of Babel stopped being built. And now what's really, really weird is that everything I grew up with on a religious level is now coming to fruition on more of a demonic level. So for instance, and it's sneaky. So they got a new app called Babbel. And it teaches you different languages. Isn't that ironic? Babbel was to break up everybody into different languages. And now they create an app called Babbel that is actually going to allow you to learn other languages. So if you really look at it, the internet has become the Tower of Babel. Except now we don't need to have to learn another language to communicate with anybody. They got transcription services on Google. When you go live with somebody, you can speak their language. I'll give you a prime example. Back in 2011, I was building a database out of a platform called Redmine on Ruby on Rails, which is probably a platform that most people don't even know about because it's newfangled technology stuff. But in order for me to get this particular database built, it was going to cost me about $6,000 to $10,000 here in the United States. So I did some research and I found a guy that built a platform over in Russia. Now, he didn't speak English, he spoke Russian. But guess what we did? We got on Skype and I was able to type in English and it translated over to Russian. And then he was able to respond back to me, typing in Russian and it translated to English. And I got this database built on that type of conversation. It only cost me $400. And that was a ton of money to him at the time. So my whole thing is, just because something is there doesn't mean that it needs to really be used, because it could easily turn into something bad. Now, my business partner Jamal is always on me about using my forces for good, because that's the only thing that you're supposed to be doing in life, is you're actually supposed to be using your forces for good. Back in the day, I was a snot-nosed kid that did a lot of things and got in a lot of trouble. But I learned my lessons, and I started to give away new stuff that would help other people by telling you my story so that you won't do the same thing or repeat the same steps that I did. So, yeah, DL, I'm trying to give them what you give them because they don't understand. I see some new people came on here. Commander Root, how you doing? Bloodluster. I see Mickey. Hey, what's up, Mickey? See you on here. I see Mr. Visa 360. How you doing, sir? But yeah, that's basically what this is about. Just wanted to leave you guys. I'm not going to stay on here too long, but I just wanted to leave you on a note that the social media video studio is going to be coming real soon. It's in LA. We're going to have state-of-the-art whole hookups where you'll be able to have these booths where you can actually come in and go live. It already have your camera set up. You just place your phone there. It's got the proper lighting. And that's going to come real soon. We're in the groundbreaking stage now. The building is already there. Hey, Pop's inside. The building is already there. We just need to go in and gut it and then create the studio presence so that people will want to come there and do their live shows or do their pre-recorded shows so that they'll be able to upload them later. We're going to be having classes there where we teach you how to do certain things more efficiently. And it's going to be a grand experience because the whole thing is all social media platforms are focusing on video content. And that's pretty much it. If you're not doing video content, you're wasting your time. If you post a picture on Instagram, how do you really know how many people seen it? You know, unless you look at your insights. That's why I like to post videos, because videos give me how many people have actually seen it versus how many people actually liked it. And there's a difference, because I could get 15 likes, but I could get 4,000 views. So that means that 4,000 people have seen it and gotten the message. They may not have responded or engaged with it, but I'm satisfied with that, because I can look at my insights and see the reach and how it's affecting the bottom line of what I'm trying to push. So, DL, we need to get together, because I got some. This platform right here will work great for what you're trying to do. It'll allow you to reach every spot that you actually are trying to reach. You can go straight to your YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You see, I'm live, hands-free, no phone. This is computer. In fact, I don't know if I showed everybody this, but this is what my setup looks like. So this is how I'm set up. I got my hard drives over there. I got my phone bank right there. Sorry, phone bank's right there. My phones, my computer, and just basically, the whole kit and caboodle set up. Already ready for me to go there. You see, stability, stable. It's not moving around, and we teach you how to set your platforms up like this, because you might need to be mobile someplace, and the cell phone is not going to cut it. What if I want to share the screen? What if I want to show you what's on here? What if I want to play some music in the background? I can't play music while I'm going live on my phone. And this is why I got 4 phones, because one phone might be rendering a video. I can't wait for that. I got to go to the other phone and post something on Instagram. And then I might have to answer the phone. Now, I don't want my live to go messed up because I answered the phone. So there's a lot to being a social media marketer, influencer, and YouTuber than meets the eye. And it's all about your equipment. And you can find out more about this. Follow me on this page. Go to StyleClick Media. Hell, go to our websites, BrianBox.com and StyleClickMedia.com. Those 2 websites will give you all kinds of insight. I got video learning series on there. I got all kinds of stuff. All you got to do is go look. I mean, it's free. What more could you ask for? And I'm giving away the knowledge there so that you can get prepped to be able to go and buy one of my packages later for the real deal. Then I can show you how you can get real engagement. I can show you how you can build your platforms up to 2 million monthly viewers, 3 million monthly viewers. People don't think that exists, but it does. And the whole thing is, we know the secret strategies on how to get it happening. I'm going to be actually doing some work pretty soon, DL, with Zini, and getting this same stuff set up for him as well, because he's got a great product. He just needs to get more eyes on it. And that's the key. A lot of you have great content, but no one sees it. And that's a problem, because now you've done all this thing and you're proud of it, and nobody saw it. Okay, so thanks everybody for being on. Special thanks to DL, partner in crime, homeboy, influencer, associate. Let's do this. Let's make 2020 coming up great, because I got plans. What do you got? Leave you with this nice little cut. All right, y'all. Thanks for paying attention and being on the show with me. Appreciate everything. We'll get back. Peace all over the world.